Hi, you guys. Come in and have a seat. How's everything going, Bray?
It's alright. School.
School?
The struggle is real.
Are your courses going okay?
And for the most part, English is kind of crappy.
How come?
I don't get any feedback from my teacher on my assignments.
Really? What kind of assignments does he have you doing?
He has him writing papers,
Uh-huh.
and they have to upload them through Moodle, and he grades them, but we never get any feedback on what he did right, what he did wrong, what he could do better, anything like that. I did talk to him at the last parent-teacher conference and let him know about this, and he said he'd try to get better, but I haven't seen anything
Okay.
come about because of it.
So that does sound frustrating to you guys that you're not getting that feedback, and the feedback is beneficial. It has so you know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong on your papers. I can definitely talk to Mr. Wenzel and just see if there's anything I can do to assist him or what we can do to kind of make that whole process better, because I'm sure you're not the only students who are concerned with that. Mm-hmm. Is there any other concerns with any other classes?
I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I think everything's going pretty good.
Good. I was just looking at your grades today before you came in, and it looks like you're doing great in your classes, Bryson. You're pulling all A's, holding a 3.9. You did get a B+ in your math class, but that is still really good. So, way to go there. Your citizenship also is great. And I also noticed that you have not missed a day of school since 7th grade. So that's something you should be proud of. That's great. We did get your Explore results back. Do you remember taking that test for the ACT?
I do.
How did you feel about that?
Kind of crappy.
Why?
It was a rough test.
I know, it's kind of hard to know, like, you don't know what to expect going into it.
Yeah.
So we did get your results, and you did a phenomenal job. And it does look like you did get a composite score of 18, which is really good, going into the Explore ACT. So that's great. And down here, you placed above average in all the sections: English, reading, and science, but you were a little below average in math, which is totally fine. You only missed it by a point. So I think you did a great job. So there is a handout as well for you guys to refer to for more clarification on your results. It also down here has at the bottom just your career possibilities. It says step 1, you in the world of work. And this is kind of the map that it goes over for that. Step 2 is your interests. And then step 3 is exploring career options. And then it has career areas list as well. So, do you have any questions on that for me?
No.
Okay. Great. We haven't gotten your SAGE results back yet, but once we do, we'll let you know, and I'll bring you in and we can go over those, okay? And that copy is for you to keep.
Do you want me to take it?
No.
He's going to hold on to it.
Okay.
All right, and so now that you're approaching second semester, I just wanted to make sure you had a copy of that schedule. And do you have any questions about any of the classes that you have upcoming?
It's like you're going to have PE instead of art,
PE's gonna be fun.
and foods instead of health.
Have you ever taken a class from Mr. Yuri before?
Yeah, last semester.
Last semester? Did you like him?
Spanish was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like Spanish.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you were doing okay in that class. For the PE, Mrs. Robin, have you ever had a class from Mrs. Robin?
I haven't.
She, I hear from other students, is probably the funnest PE teacher, so
Good.
that should be a really fun class for you.
What about foods? How's
Foods,
Miss Chambers?
Chambers, she is a really good teacher. your mom's going to love you by the time that class is over with because she'll never have to cook another dinner.
Oh boy.
But she's a really good teacher. A lot of our students really enjoy taking that class. And they actually go on to take foods in high school because they had such an enjoyable time in junior high.
Is that for us, or do you keep that?
Oh, I'm sorry. That is for you to keep.
There you go.
And this next one is just an activity that I want you guys to explore. I'll go over with you for a minute right now. It's to help with your career development. It's a road trip to your resume. And you just start up here and kind of follow the circle around. And you get a blank sheet right there. So you're going to start here with your dream job. What can you do in 8th and 9th grade to obtain those dreams? And what are some goals that you can set to help you come closer to achieving that? What are some extracurricular? Do you have any idea of what kind of career you want to go into at this point? I know you've taken our interest profiler. What were some of the results that you got on that?
Business.
Okay. Is that something that interests you?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So obviously there are some different extracurricular or volunteer opportunities that you could have in the community. I do have a handout here that just focuses on the different career opportunities that are in the community that you can go to as far as business. And of course in high school there's clubs that you can sign up for that are specifically related to business. I would strongly recommend being involved in those clubs.
Okay.
And then in high school, there are obviously several business classes that you can take, and at the end of today I'll give you a list of kind of their catalog of business classes that you can take throughout high school. And then preparation, work experience, so while you're in high school, if you wanted to gain some work experience, you could obviously list that there. Post-high education training, so the different training that you're going to need after high school in order to get there. Paying for post-high education. How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for college? Financial aid, scholarships, grants, those kinds of things. And then your degree of certification, so the ultimate degree that you want to get. So this kind of just takes you around the circle and kind of gives you a bigger picture as to how you're going to get to a business degree or something or whatever you choose to do.
And these would all be items he could list on his resume when he goes to
of course
apply for jobs.
Yep.
And stuff.
And these boxes that are filled in on this paper are other activities that you can do to help you kind of decide the goals to set. And it gives Weber Heights Counselors Blog's website that you can go out and look at the extracurricular and volunteer activities. So it goes through the whole thing, which is kind of nice. So, any questions on that?
No.
Do you think it will be a helpful resource to helping
so.
you kind of plan that out? It's kind of nice to see it all in one lump. So,
Put it all in one place.
exactly. Bri, what are your thoughts on that?
Paperwork.
More paperwork to
Yeah,
do.
more stuff to write down.
Well, it'll be good. You can hang it up on your wall.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Hang it in your locker. How you're going to get there.
Yeah.
Bryson, have you used our Utah Futures?
Yeah.
Okay. Has he talked to you, Mom, at all about Utah Futures?
A little bit, but didn't go into much detail about it.
Okay. So this is just a handout that we have that we like to give our parents just to let them know what Utah Futures has to offer. Bryson, have you been able to explore Utah Futures?
A little bit.
A little bit. So what it they can go out and do, there's tons of things they can go and use Utah Futures for. There's college entrance practice tests, so ACT, AP courses, SAT, everything like that. They are able to help them write a resume. They can find an occupation and explore occupations out there, find a college to attend. There's a ton of resources out on the Utah Futures, and we try to take our students to the lab to access this account. about each quarter, just to kind of get them to play on it and start looking into things. Bri, what's some of the tools that you really have enjoyed using on Utah Futures?
I kind of like the budget planning thing for college, whatnot.
What do they do for that?
Well, you basically tell them what degree you're going for, and it'll calculate like how much your schooling is going to cost you, and then you have to take into consideration your housing, your utilities, how you're going to get to school, and groceries and everything like that, and it'll give you like your costs from month to month.
Cool. So it kind of gives you that realistic expectation. I think that's awesome. Let's see. So we kind of went over how you can access the extracurricular activities and volunteering for Weber High School. Also out on North Ogden Junior High's blog, we do have the same thing here as far as things that he can be involved in, and also that volunteer list as well for things he can do in the community if you would like. I do have a handout. We just like to inform students and their parents. There's the 9th and 10th grade college planning steps, and this goes over just the things that you need to be doing right now as a 9th grader to help you prepare for college and career. So it also gives you information on financial aid and just about how you can go out doing that. Also scholarship resources out on our blog as well. We do kind of link that with Weber Highs to show the different scholarship opportunities. A lot of those do start 9th grade, like not a lot, but there are some available to 9th graders. So there's no harm in getting a head start to that. Have you thought at all about kind of how you have wanted to pay for college, or if you wanted to get like sports scholarships or anything like that?
Military GI Bill.
Okay, so you're already kind of leaning towards that. Great. There's also resources out on our blog as far as prep for the ASVAB and things like that, that you can go out and do if that is something you do want to explore. In high school, they have the recruiters that come in quite often to talk to the students and stuff, so that'll be a great resource for you then as well. Let's see. This other form right here that I have is just our high school opportunities info handout. Again, it just goes over kind of just the different opportunities that are available to students. They have all of this out on their website as well. This paper also does go over the different credits that are required for graduation. There are 27 credits that are required. And we're going to break that down and select your classes for next year right now.
Cool.
So, isn't that kind of crazy? You're starting your high school career, and we're going to start picking classes for that. All right, so I'll just kind of explain this to you. We have English, you're going to need 4 credits, so you're going to have to take that next year and every year in high school. Math is going to be 3 credits. So you'll take it this year, 10th grade, 11th grade, or 12th grade, whatever you decide. But
is it suggested to maybe take it all 4 years?
You know, I think it is personally, just because if you're planning on going on to higher education, it is beneficial to just kind of keep up with the math courses and things like that. And some of the math courses, like once you pass like the different math courses, there are different types available, like calculus or statistics or
They
things
offer
like
the AP
that.
math classes at Weber High.
They do.
And what about any concurrent enrollment?
There is a
Leadership?
concurrent enrollment for 1050 and 1060 that you can take.
Okay.
So there are quite a few concurrent enrollment AP class options in high school.
Okay.
Science, he's going to need 3 credits, and he will take Earth Systems or Biology, whatever he chooses next year to take. And Social Studies, he'll need 3.5. and he'll take that .5 as geography in ninth grade because they do not offer it in high school.
Okay.
Career and technical education, which is the CTE, that's kind of your business area, family and consumer sciences, things like that. We don't have a whole lot of options here at North Ogden Junior High, but once he gets into Weber High, there will be quite a few more options.
Okay.
Computer technology, that is a class that he can take next year.
So it's not the same as CTE.
No.
Okay.
And then
It's above and beyond it then.
Yep,
Okay.
it's above and beyond it. It's a completely different category, and he can get that over with in ninth grade.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to worry about it in high school, and he can focus more on other things if he would like to.
Okay.
Fine arts are required 1.5 credits. So he's in Art 1 this year, so he could take Art 2 next year for that half a credit, and then take a half a credit for 10th and 11th grade, or take a whole credit for like choir or drama in 10th grade. It's just kind of whatever you want to do. Physical education, we need 1.5 credits. You don't have to take it here in ninth grade. You can choose to do it in high school. There are quite a few different options that are available for you for high school. I know they have conditioning that you can do, aerobics, sports, but you are required to take PE fitness for life. So you could get it over with in high school, junior high, and then not have to worry about taking that in high school. And then you have your electives, of course, like your Spanish classes, just CTEs and stuff like that.
What about seminary? How does seminary?
Seminary, you can just do one elective in ninth grade, and then you can choose to do release time here.
Okay.
It will not affect this 27 if you take seminary every single year. Okay?
Okay.
So, it looks like you guys are wanting to do like all the requirements for this year. You're going to take English, math, science, the half credit of geography, and it looks like you guys have decided to do Art 2 next year along with computer technology. Physical ed, you are waiting until high school to do, and then it looks like you're going to take Spanish 2 with release time. Okay, so just to kind of close, I want to ask you a couple of questions, and just maybe we can set some goals for this upcoming year. On this paper, I just want you to write down one career goal and one personal goal that you have for yourself. So, what's a goal that you want to make as far as career-wise?
I would like to explore the fields of business.
Okay, so do you want to kind of have it narrowed down, or what are you kind of thinking?
I would like to have it narrowed down to a few career options by the end of my ninth grade year.
Okay, that's a really good goal. Do you know the different aspects of business that kind of interest you at all right now?
Management and finance.
Okay, so maybe just to do a little bit more exploring in those. Okay, so if you want to take a minute and jot that down, and we'll keep that in your file and everything, and I'll meet with you probably the second quarter of next year just to check in to see how that's going for you. I do have a list of resources I can give you, as well as far as people you could visit with or different places in the community you could go to learn more about this kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. What about a personal goal for next year?
Maintain my grade point average for next year.
Okay. So you want to maintain, this year you maintained a 3.9. So you want to maintain a 3.9 throughout your next year, or even better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you want to write that down, how are you going to achieve that goal?
Lots of studying.
Okay. And do you feel like you need any resources as far as studying, or do you kind of have a idea of good ways to study, kind of a routine down for you?
I think I've got a good system.
Okay. There are resources here available at school if you do feel like, you're overloaded or anything with your classes, where you are starting high school classes. it's really important to keep up with your grades and everything because they do count for high school. So,
Okay.
okay. Do you guys have any further questions for me at all?
No, I think we're okay.
Okay. Well, if Bryson, if you need anything from me at all, just feel free to stop by my office, and I'm more than willing to help you out.
Okay.
Thank you.